Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the Points of Articulation. Now you may be asking yourself, Dave, why are you doing a review on Tuesday? Well, today, my friends, it is Valentine's Day, and you know what that means. I have to have some sort of special. So today I'm going to be looking at the top 10 female figures on display in my collection. Now, many figures I wanted to have in this video are packed away, so I could not get them, such as Marvel Legends Black Cat, Marvel Legends Gamora, and so on. But I went through my collection and I picked the ones that either have great sculpt, have something to do with my childhood, which this is what the whole channel's about, basically, or something that, just looks great. And I have 10 of those right here. Well, maybe one extra, who knows. So let's get right to it. For number 10, I chose the Pink Ranger, Kimberly Hart, played by Amy Jo Johnson. She is from the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Legacy line of 6-inch figures, and also from the show and the film. Now, Power Rangers were huge for me growing up. After the Ninja Zords and all that, I kind of got out of it after, I think, Turbo or whatever. But however, growing up, Amy Jo Johnson, who played the Pink Ranger, Kimberly Hart, every dude liked the Pink Ranger. I loved the Pink Ranger. I thought she was hot. Gymnastics, great fighter, and she was a cool person in the show anyway. And I'm so glad I have this figure. It goes well with the rest of the collection. The articulation is beautiful. It feels loose, but once you have it in hand, you'll know what I mean when I say that. It feels loose, but yet it's strong. Like, you could put this in any pose you want, and it will hold it. It's just that the joints, you can move them, and it feels like they're a little loose, but they're not. It's weird. But anywho, up next, number 9, I chose Marvel's Enchantress. Now, the first time I've ever seen this person in comics or whatever was in Marvel's Secret Wars, the first one. And it complexed me because I never knew about her, really. And it's like she was a bad villain, but then she kind of liked Thor, so it was an interesting dynamic, and I really liked that, and that led me to reading more about her. And she is a very interesting and cool character. And plus, she's the Enchantress, she's hot. But, she does come from the Thor comics, and green's my favorite color, so I like the many different shades of green she has. Really nice, I really like the Enchantress. So what do I got next? For number 8, I chose Ahsoka Tano, a very great action figure brought to us by Star Wars The Black Series 6-inch line of action figures. Very nicely articulated. Great accessories. The sculpt and paint is amazing. Now, the voice actress for Ahsoka Tano in the Clone Wars and Rebels is Ashley Eckstein, and she does, clothing lines that have a lot to do with Star Wars, and the designs are pretty cool. If you're a girl and looking for some of that stuff, I recommend looking at a lot of what she does, because it is great. I saw one, it looked like a Grand Moff Tarkin's uniform, an Imperial officer, but it was made into like some sort of dress. Really neat. Now, I love Ahsoka Tano in the show. She's a very strong female character, and that's awesome. And plus, the figure is beautiful. It's got nice sculpt. It's got some fabric in there. Great. Moving on. For number 7, I chose Sarah Connor, brought to life by NECA Toys. Great sculpt, beautiful sculpt, amazing. Great paint, nice accessories, comes in a nice box set. Now, the woman that plays Sarah Connor, her name is Linda Hamilton, which I met. I'll see if I can put a picture in here of the autograph I got. Great woman, very nice. It was probably one of the best con people I met. She was very talkative, and I told her I used to watch her movie all the time when I was little. Great figure. I really recommend this one. I can't wait to do a review of it. So what's next? For number 6, I have a double whammy of Scarlet Witches. Now you may be asking, why did I pick 2? Well, first of all, I love the comic book version. Daughter of Magneto, very strong mutant. Was bad in the Brotherhood of Mutants, and then turned into an Avenger and a good guy, so that's awesome. The movie version from the cinematic universe worked for, was made by Hydra, worked for Ultron, then turned into an Avenger. And the reason why I have 2 of them is, not only is this one good, but the sculpt on this one strikes a great resemblance to Elizabeth Olsen, and I think they did a great job with this figure. Now, both figures have great articulation, great paint, Now, you may be asking about these little effects. I actually took these dark purple ones away from the miniature version of her and gave them to this Scarlet Witch. And I don't know, I think it makes it look a little unique and different to have two shades of the purple going on. But anywho, Wanda Maximoff, which is her real name, is a great figure. I fully recommend it. Go out and get them if you're a fan of X-Men or the Avengers. It's for you. For number 5, I chose Ripley from Alien, played by Sigourney Weaver. Now, this figure is brought to life by NECA Toys, and Ripley is by far my favorite movie heroine of all time besides Sarah Connor. She fights for what she believes in and doesn't take anyone's crap, and the character, to me, is the epitome of hero, especially in Alien 3, when, even though it's a depressing film, she does what needs to be done and kills herself to kill the queen alien that's inside of her and end the whole alien line. I had a hard time choosing which Ripley to go for. NECA made two versions of Alien 2, two versions of Alien 1, and one version of Alien 3. Now, the two Aliens versions, great figures. I don't like the faces really on either of them. Alien 3 is a great one. I think it looks just like her. But Alien 1 is where it started. So I thought, if you're going to pick a Ripley, go with the roots. So I have the original figure with her in the jumpsuit. And the face is a little off. This figure, by the way, and let me just take this off, has the best face sculpt of Sigourney Weaver I've ever seen in my life for a little 6-inch figure. I think they knocked the ball out of the park with this one. It looks just like her. The hair is a little, I guess it looks a little wet. It's on her face, just like in the film when she's running away from the alien to get to the lifeboat and she starts changing and she's scared. She sees it in the wall. Great capture of a likeness. Beautiful. I like the suit too. That was a very crazy scene where she's in the changing room, putting on a jumpsuit to go back out, well, spacesuit, to blow the alien out with the airlock. Amazing stuff. So that's my number 5 pick, Ripley in her spacesuit. Number 4, I chose Vasquez from Aliens. Yes, another NECA action figure. Beautiful likeness, great textures, beautiful mold. They did an amazing job, even with the paint. Now, Vasquez is played by Jeanette Goldstein in the film Aliens. And for the longest time before I discovered internet and actually got into actresses and actors, I thought this woman was a real Hispanic woman. No lie. And then when I think Titanic came out, and she was in a scene in Titanic, and it finally hit me. Like, this woman is in Terminator 2. She's John Connor's stepmother. And I've seen both movies millions of times growing up. I'm talking, I figured this out when I was like 7 or 8. But for years before that, because I would watch rated R movies all the time. I didn't give a crap. RoboCop, whatever, as a kid. I never knew this was the same woman. So, that actress, beautiful work on that. But again, we have a strong woman, great character, great action figure too, especially with the smart gun. Let me see if I could turn it a little bit. Just amazing. I like the little effect that the bullets are spraying out. The muzzle flash. Amazing. I fully recommend it. I've seen this in a couple Toys R Us still. Jump and grab it, guys. This one's a real winner. Great character. Very awesome. For number 3, I chose the Age of Ultron Black Widow, who is played by Scarlett Johansson and has her likeness. This was from a box set, and it came with Thor, Hawkeye, Bruce Banner, and her. Amazing set, worth a buy for that nice Thor. And she's pretty cool too. Now, I prefer the Winter Soldier, Scarlett Johansson with the long hair. I thought that was amazing, but I had that one packed away. So I have this one, and it is a great mold. I do have nitpicks about her guns being glued to her legs. That's a pain in the butt. But great shape, great articulation, and the sculpt is spot on. I think they did a great job with Scarlett Johansson's likeness. And I don't know, I kind of like all her work. She's a pretty awesome woman. The Black Widow is a great character as well. She kicks ass. She's super hot. And, that's about it. She got the Scarlett Johansson butt. So, it is what it is. So that's number 3. Moving on. For number 2, I chose Rogue from Marvel Legends Juggernaut Wave. And this character is amazing. Great articulation, great paint, even on the face and the eyes and the hair, just awesome. Now, this is the Jim Lee costume. This is the one I grew up with. Watching Fox Kids, they would have the X-Men, the animated show. Great theme song. Go check that out on YouTube. And she's great, Southern Belle with some of that awesome power. She's strong. She can fly. She could actually suck people's powers out, similar to the movies. And she could have their powers for a little bit. Just really neat. And what I liked about Rogue was that she is a strong female character, especially in the show. And as the show goes on, you see that she has a lot of issues that are human. And what I mean by that is it's stuff other people can relate to. Like, she has a problem with her parents. Her mom's Mystique. But anywho, she has family issues. She's trying to find her place in the world. She can't touch anybody because obviously she'll suck the power out of them. So, it's a very complex character, and I like her for that. Now, her voice actress for that show was Lenora Zan, I think her name was. Great voice, but just a great figure. I love looking at her. I can't wait to get all the Jim Lee X-Men from Marvel Legends. I hope they make them all after the Cyclops coming out so I could have them all together. Especially Professor X in that wheelchair. So now, on to number 1. For my number 1 pick, I chose Sabine Wren, a Mandalorian in the Star Wars Rebels cartoon show. This figure is part of the Star Wars Black Series line of 6-inch action figures. And she is amazing. The paint on here is great. The articulation is pretty good. Comes with great accessories. I love the dual pistols, very Django Fetish. The helmet can come off to show her face. Awesome. Mandalorians are great. I hope they're in a new Star Wars movie. A strong race reminds me of the Vikings. Very warlike, tribal mentality. Sort of like Klingons, but not Klingon-y, if that makes any sense. Now, why I like her, besides being a great figure with an awesome paint scheme, is I really like her character. And just like a lot of the female figures I went over, she has a very complex background in the show. She joined the Rebels to make a difference. She's artistic. She comes from Mandalore, like I mentioned, which was ripped apart by the Empire. And she just tried to make a difference and tell everybody that, the Empire sucks. And basically her family cast her out and considered her a traitor. And it's just really, really messed up and adds a bunch of character to this individual. Now, her voice actress is Tia Surser. Great job and great figure. And that just about does it. And that does it for my Valentine special of top 10 female figures of my collection on display. I had many more female figures, but they're all packed away. But this is a great bunch, and I do recommend all of them to all of you. Now, as time goes on, more and more women figures are being made, which is a huge plus. I'm proud of that. I think that toy companies are actually doing good. And I hope it continues. There are many female figures out there that I would love to see made. And hopefully they do. So thanks. If you have any comments on any of these, please let me know below. If you liked it, please subscribe. Hit the like button. It really helps me out. And I will see you next time. Bye, everybody. Happy Valentine's Day.